Ownership, let's start locally. Ownership of this church carries extraordinary consequences. It means that you don't get to just come and consume. You don't get to do that. You can come and be healed if you are wounded. You can come and heal others. You can come and be taught, and you can come and teach others. You can come and be loved and to love others. You can come and interact in an extraordinary three-way network between whoever is giving the message, each and every one of you here, and God who anoints and instills and promotes that message. What you don't get to do, because it is bankrupt and poisonous to you, is just to come and await, feeding all those things to be given to you in the same way as you turn up at a casual dining establishment and expect the food to be brought to you. Fundamentally, this is a place, and a church is a place, that demands a rich interaction. Because what I said to you earlier is not just hollow words. I passionately mean that my growth has been utterly dependent upon you, the people in the church. That I have seen you grow and thrive, not because I've told you the right things, but because of your interactions together. Ever and again, I have seen the most extraordinary and startling growth, simply because two people who are totally different and who in the ordinary course of life would never met one another have come together and rubbed up against each other, have thrown sparks off, discovered that it is actually possible to live in the same world together and the sky is not going to fall in, and have learned and drunk deeply of that experience because of those interactions. Every time people have been challenged, they have either escaped and run away, or they have risen to the bait. You know, each and every one of us is going to have to, at some point in our lives, turn around and look at what we've done, what we've achieved. Now, achievement really, honestly, desperately, truthfully, is not about the car you have in your drive, in your garage, or the house you managed to accrue for yourself. It really isn't. The old chestnut you can't take it with you is desperately true. As somebody who's done about 130 funerals, I can assure you, you cannot take it with you. As somebody who spent much of their formative years around death and dying, and whose early ministry was all about death, dying, and bereavement, trust me, corpses pretty much all look the same. Corpses are pretty much the same. We cannot invest our hopes for the future in that cold flesh that rests upon the slab. And all that we have used to give ourselves status over our fellow men and women during our lives is dead and buried with that cold flesh that lies upon the slab. The only thing which is living and fiery and anointed has shed all those trappings and is as naked as the day it was born and has moved on into the presence of God. That extraordinary naked thing is what we will be at the last. It is what we must invest in. It is what we must grow and prosper and seek help with and teaching for. That naked thing passing into the presence of God is to be us. The cold dead thing upon the slab is not. It will cease to be us. So at this time, no matter what phase you are in your life, you must make the decision. Am I to be a refugee, a sojourner, forever passing through, or am I to be a citizen, and am I going to take my responsibilities and build something extraordinary and grand? Am I going to think, even when that thinking blasts my life apart? Even when that thinking makes me feel really bad about myself and what I've done? Even when that thinking is unpleasant, not pleasant? When that thinking causes us to question those religious tenets which we found great comfort in the past? When we are given that choice between truth and God, we must always choose truth, because what we thought was God will inevitably turn out not to be. We must shed the spirit of slavery. We must accept that we are brothers and sisters with Christ. We must realize that what we think we are becomes what we are. If we think we are the feeble victim of others' ownership. That will forever be our lot.